ending, I had to make sure everything was quiet and yada yada yada. But we're back, and wait, where did I leave off? I was talking about how layers work, basically. So let me just draw these little thingy-mabobs. Oh, and yes, they all sound like farting noises. So now that I have this, I can kind of delete that, because, that's pretty much useless now. So, trash! So now we have kind of a, pre-sketch, which is supposed to be for, just to tell me where everything else. Now here's the actual sketch, which I'll do in red, because it'll make your life easier. I'm telling you. Do not do all of your sketches in your line art color. That just makes life so hard, because you have a hard time distinguishing which is yours or not without, crap, I forgot to make another layer. Make another layer without, you know, putting the opacity really, really low, which can be very annoying. Oh, and here's a tutorial on how to sketch curly hair. As you can see, I'm going to put a dot right here. Well, not even a dot, a little line. And then this is where all the curls are coming from. And you can make your curls however you want, but I don't like them all to be like bouncy thingies. I also like it to be cricket. So I'm just going to do that right there. And then over here with the bottom, just go crazy. And in my opinion, that makes it look way curlier than if I just went bloop, 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 like kind of how I did with my OC to make it look really cartoony. Okay. Now that's the hair. So I don't know if that's an AirPod, but I'm gonna pretend like it's an earring because earrings are cool. And always will into the end. What else do I need to say? Oh yeah, so I'll be right back. Let me just finish this for a second. This is gonna be a long time. Okay, I'm done struggling with the ear. So now let me zoom into the nose because, noses are extremely important to the face. They give, like, so much of your character. And also something I forgot is that you can kind of see the eyes there. They're sticking out just a little bit. So I'm actually going to move the hair up to make room for the eyes. So, move the hair up a little bit. It's not going to change anything that much, hopefully. Zoom in, zoom back in. So, now I can kind of make that part. Okay, now the nose. So that's just... Okay, the nose looks a little bit ugly right now, but that's just like, that's not gonna, it's not gonna be like that forever. It's going to look good once I add the other stuff. This is just me, laying out the basic proportions of his face. Y'all are probably like, this is evil. How dare you put half of your tutorial in a whole different video? Muhahaha. Now you have to give me 2 views. I'm gonna stop that. That's messing up my voice. Oh, here's a fun tutorial on how to draw mouths. Let's just ignore the mic for a second. So, as you can see, I'm gonna draw a simple shape. Not too complicated. But then, going to draw the tongue like that. And here's the trick. The corner of the mouth is blanked out. I know a lot of people have already taught you this, but you know what? I can't stress it enough. Always make sure the corner of the mouth is like that. It's darker than the rest. It'll give it so much more three-dimensionality. Anyway, let me delete this whole half again so the mic will fit. But, what was I gonna say? Excuse me. Got the burpees today. Okay, now here's another tip and trick. As you can see, this looks three-dimensional. And I want to keep that three-dimensionality. So what I'm going to do is draw a mask. It's supposed to be like, oh, that's the face shape. But sticking out of that mask will be the actual face right here. So it looks like there's a little mask right there. Hold up, let me make that hole in the earring bigger. Oopsie daisies, made the earring look weird. Okay, so now that that's done, I'm just going to color this in. Ta-da! So it's not actually a mask. It just makes the face look like it has a shadow, and it's not just, you know, a simple. I don't even know. You get it. You get the point. You get the point. So those are all the face tutorials I have right now. They all look ugly right now, but you know what? Trust the process. Trust the process. Okay, I'm almost done with this. I'm almost done with this drawing, but I thought I would give you a simple tutorial here. So what you want to do is make a circle like that. Simple circle like this. And then, ooh, crap. And then something like that. That. And then if you zoom in, you'll see that it has kind of like an edge there. To draw that, just draw a thing like this. And there you go, there's a simple microphone. We love shapes. Okay, so let me show you a struggle I have. See, in Clackety Paint Tool, everything you want to merge, you have to merge it down. Or it takes the... Here, just look what I have to deal with. Boom. Because if I did it the other way, it would have just stayed. So, yeah. Yes, you needed to know that 100%. So, now what I'm going to do is slow this one down a little bit. Just, excuse me. Merge these together. And then merge those. And there's a completed sketch. So now to the colors. Yay! So, before I do anything, this is the color palette I'm using. So, oh crap, don't do that. Hold up. So I'm using this as like the picture, and then this as the color palette, because in my opinion this looks way more interesting. So I'm going to take a color that looks similar to this purple blue color right here, hide this layer and this layer, and then I'm going to try to look for that purple. So, ooh, oh, no, that's not it. Yeah, I think that's pretty close. And then I'm just going to hide it and then forget about it for 100 years. Anyway, so now another layer under that layer. And this will be our color layer. So let me just name it colors. And also it helps to name your layers. So I'm going to go ahead and do all that. So he has like yellow hair with brown roots. So let me try to do something similar to that. Actually, I want my colors layer under the sketch. Okay, this is what I've done so far. I decided to change the microphone blue because it makes more sense with everything else. This is how it looks without the sketch. So, yeah. These are basically just like the base colors. So I'm going to make another layer right here, and then I'm going to make the kind of you know, the more detail in the color, like this part right here, and the shading in the face, and so on. Okay, let's start with fixing this nose. First, I'm just going to put shading in the nose, because making the nose look completely black on the inside makes it look three-dimensional. So there's a pro tip: always put shading, and then later you can go back and like put maybe a black ring right here to add depth. Okay, this is what I got. This is how it looks without the sketch. Pretty much the same, but you know, if I turn the opacity up, it looks completely different. Okay, now as you can see, there's a little bit of bugs. So let me fix all these right quick. I'll be right back. Okay, I fixed it. Time for the line art, finally, after 100 years. So what I like to do is take this brush right here, turn the opacity up, turn the blending down, definitely. We don't want any blending. And yeah, it's just better than the other one. The other one is a scatter tool. You may not know what that means because it makes no sense. So I'm not going to try to explain it. It's just one of those weird little tools they have. Anyway, so I'm actually going to turn the opacity back down. Actually, maybe all the way down. Yep. And then make this a little bit bigger, because I don't want it to be exactly black. I want it to kind of blend in with everything else. In fact, I might actually make it blue. Nope, that looks weird. But yeah, the reds. The red's the best. The red's just better. But before we do that, actually, I forgot about this. So what you can do is do that. Turn the opacity down, and it kind of looks like he's in a club. But first, let's make let's make the background black. So cover all these up. And then put this there. And then now it looks like he's kind of at like a party or whatever. So I'm actually going to start on the background, because that's going to give me a little more time. Okay, I'm done. Now for the lines. Okay, here's what I got so far, and now I'm just going to turn this down. And I'll make it like reddish, which will look better than black to me. There we go. Now, last but not least, the background, the foreground. Turn it up a little bit. Then I'm just going to take my eraser and slightly erase everything like that. Oop, wrong layer. Slightly erase everything to make the lighting. Okay, I'm finally finished with it. This is the before and this is the after. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful and entertaining. Goodbye.